sweetest bacon chow. Hey guys, it's Tazwhole here. Welcome to Tazwhole Tubecast. Now I'm here with Honey. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Yes. I'm on. Yeah, I looked at my grocery list and I'm like, oh god, I need more bacon. And I'm like, yeah, that's one thing. Yes, your name. I'm like, yes, I have to pick up some more honey. So I'm like, damn it. But yes. So are you on Twitch or on YouTube?
Twitch.
Awesome. So where are you gaming from?
I game from Maryland. I live in Maryland.
Nice.
I've been living in Maryland for almost 10 years now.
Cool. So like, what do you like? How long you been on Twitch?
Well, I've been on Twitch for a while, but I didn't start streaming until about 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay, nice. So, what type of games do you like to play on your channel? Like when you stream?
Mostly, well, beforehand, mostly I would stream if my computer could handle it at the time. Mostly I would stream Overwatch. But here lately I've been streaming Fortnite, PUBG, anything really. I'm kind of like open to suggestions towards everybody.
All right. I see.
Like if my viewers come in and they're like, hey, honey, we really want to see you play this. I'm like, all right, guys, I'll download it this weekend and you guys will see me play it on Monday or whatever time I'm streaming during the day. So pretty much open to suggestions.
So you like to, you pretty much, I like how you're like an open book, but it's kind of like, You're not opposed to playing other games, but it's just, or trying other games at least, because I find sometimes that, people are like, play this, and it's like, I'm sorry, like this one game, okay, so kill me, guys, but you know what? Don't shoot me. I'm saying, like games like craft games, like Minecraft, they're not really entertaining to me. So I tried to play 7 Days to Die, and I'm like, it's not the game for me.
Oh, that is one of my absolute favorite games. A friend of mine bought me that game. That game is my absolute favorite.
I'm not trashing it. I'm just saying it's not for me. I just play what I like.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then some people are different. But what, like when you were early as a gamer, not streaming or whatnot, when you were gaming, I'm saying, what was the first game that you remember growing up with?
The very first game that I remember growing up with, there was actually two, because I played them back to back, was Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. Those were the very first two games I ever played when I was younger, and ever since then, it's been games. When I was growing up, though, I was a console gamer,
Yep.
And then my fiance, now of almost 4 years, introduced me into PC gaming.
Oh,
Back in 2014.
cool.
And ever since then, the first game that I ever played was World of Warcraft. Loved the scenery. Then it went to Guild Wars, and then I've been a monster ever since.
Have you ever played League? Because there's a lot of people.
I have, but League of Legends is one of those games that is so toxic to me.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people they're like, you're not playing it right. It's like, it's a game. I'm trying. Everyone's new. Like they're like, yeah, you're new. You don't know anything. You're freaking level 10. I'm like, you need to be a noob because you get level 30. And I'm like, oh, dude,
Yes.
I'm just trying to play the game. I'm not trying to,
League of Legends and Dota were those two games that I tried, and the toxic community. I'm a positive person, so like
Yeah.
when you're toxic or if you try to troll me, I'm just like, all right, well, you're just helping me out, like you're making content for me, you're showing to other people that you have a terrible life, whatever.
Yeah. I find a lot of people that are trolls in general, like they just want to get a reaction. So if you react that way, it's like, and they're not getting a reaction, they're the ones up like idiots. I had this one guy, he actually showed up on my stream and he's like, I hope you have a daughter, and I hope that she never gets taken to the prom. I'm like, okay. I'm like, first of all, I don't have a daughter. Second of all, how I don't find that. I'm sorry. You're trying too hard to be creative enough to offend me. Good luck to you. And I'm like, yeah, but really, you're not really getting to me, because I find games like Jackbox Party Pack, Cards Against Humanity, they can be really toxic. Still there? Yeah,
I'm
was
still
making
here. I'm sorry, I just get really quiet when people are talking.
It's all good. So compared to the games that you're playing now, compared to the console games that going console to computer and everything else, seeing all these other games, how did you feel that they evolved over the years?
My biggest concern with games nowadays is I feel like, and this is just me, is the community that they have. Seeing as though more games are becoming more about like, it's more along the facts that I just feel like they're getting a little bit too out of hand with some of the games, changing things, allowing kids who are younger than myself, or because I happen to be 20, and kids who are younger than myself shouldn't be playing some games.
Yeah.
The evolving of games, to me, I think it's a good thing that they're evolving, but I think they're going a little bit too quickly about it. That's just my opinion.
Yep. No, I could definitely say, like, you're free of your opinion, but I'll say I understand with some horror games that were coming out. Like, it's kind of like they make it too easy. They're too readily. Like, sometimes so much gore, or they're too much, and then, like, kids are, like, 14, 15, or even, like, 9, and they're playing it, and I'm like, what the hell?
I think kids have a way to express themselves, and I think that's a good thing, is to have expression to yourself.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing is, like, just be careful with what you buy your kids. Just, be careful with how you let them express themselves. Because me, as growing up, my parents did not, it's not that they didn't allow me to play those types of games. It was just like they would watch over me. And it really kind of affects me, because it's like I hear some kids, like, specifically Overwatch, I hear kids like, oh, you're a, this, that, and the other. Like, it's like, who is allowing you to use that kind of language on a game? Especially a game, it's not a game that causes gore, but who's allowing you to use that language?
Yeah.
Because I was never allowed to talk like that. If I ever talked like that, I got smacked in the mouth.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I understand, like, if I were taught like that, or if I got out of rule that way, fine, I wouldn't be playing no more. That'd be gone. Like, oh my gosh, it'd be so gone. But, yeah, so, I was just gonna ask, like, why'd you want to get into in the first place? Like, what made you? Like, what was your why?
My biggest reason to streaming is I am such a big supporter. I have such a big heart for everybody. People come into, like, I really wanted people to come into my chat and feel welcome. There's people that come to my chat and they're like, honey, I'm having a really bad day, and I will be like, all right, how do we make your day better? Streaming to me was to get connected to a lot of the people that I'm connected to with now. Like, I have communities that I'm a part of that are like my family. And being a part of those communities and being a part of streaming has really opened my eyes out to a lot of people, because there's a lot of people out there with mental health that don't know how to deal with it. There's a lot of people that suffer with depression, bipolar, which is the same thing I suffer through. And I just want to show them that it is possible to deal with it without having to automatically go into just going straight to medicine or something like that. Because I understand what it feels like to be either blamed or feel like there's nobody really there for you. That's my biggest thing, is I just want to support and show everybody positivity, even when I suffer through it myself, not being positive all the time.
Yeah.
That's really the biggest reason I started streaming. Also due to the fact, like I said, I had a friend pass away who really enjoyed playing games with me and really enjoyed being around me. And when I finally decided that I was going to start streaming, she ended up passing away. And the one promise that I did make to her was that I was going to start streaming. And I've been doing it ever since she passed away. So that was my biggest jump, is to be supportive towards everybody else, because she passed away of mental health. Mm-hmm. So that was my biggest jump.
Yeah, and also it's out there because there are people like, you know what, people just say, oh yes, they're saying they're depressed or they have anxieties or something like that. It's nothing. It's like, no, it's something. But you know what? I find there's people that are always, some people that are always blaming, and the one thing is, it's kind of like they gotta kind of stop thinking that way. They have to think of something like, what are you gonna do to help yourself, or what are you gonna do? Because I'll say it's not a mental illness myself, but I'm ADD, so I understand the anxiety aspect of it. Because I had a lot of social anxiety, but not anymore, and I used to mumble a lot, and the fact is, I had a speech impediment, but now I don't have one anymore, and I'm talking to people all the day. Like, it's like I talk to anyone. I find it so, I find it very, it builds me up really when I find that even with gaming or whatnot, gaming was a really big thing, but when I was younger, gaming was like, oh my gosh, you know what, gaming was my thing that I did, but then I didn't have a lot of friends that gamed a lot, so I was always seen as different in a way. But then as I felt through the years, as it's been growing and growing and growing, the gaming community and just in general, like since I'm on console and PC and like both now I have more in common with a lot more people. Like, if they're having a problem, they'll ask, or, if I know something. If I don't, I'll know somebody that does know. But I will readily say that I don't know something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's my biggest thing is it's if, like, somebody comes to my channel, like I said, and there's a lot of people that I could point out that would be like, Honey's one of the biggest people to go to when it comes to wanting to have a positive note on your side. That's what I do. It's just I'm very big on support. I believe in support and supporting the supporters. Yeah. I don't, and see, a lot of people will disagree with me. I don't believe in follow for follows when it comes to Twitch. I don't believe in, there are some people that I believe in lurk for lurk. I will lurk people, but I will not shoot them a follow until I see to it that their content is good enough for my standards.
It's just like when people when it comes down to sub for sub, or when it comes down to follows, all other shit. Like, people don't even watch their content; they just do it for the number. I'm sorry, but even when you're streaming, don't worry about the numbers, because that would actually that scares a few people in the beginning when they want to start streaming or whatnot, and it kind of discourages them at a bit, and they have to have patience.
My biggest thing for people who are starting streaming or have any questions to how to start streaming is, don't worry about those numbers. Worry about you having fun with the game that you're playing.
Yeah.
If you're having fun and people can see you smiling, laughing, and giggling, having fun, enjoying everything, you know what? They'll come back to your channel.
Oh, yeah.
They'll subscribe to you on YouTube, or they'll follow your channel on Twitter or on Twitch, and they'll see you for who you really are.
Yeah.
So don't worry about those big numbers, because people, I'll tell you this much, the big streamers, they started off the same way we were. They started off with meeting these communities, meeting these friends, meeting all these people to get where they are now. They did not start off just getting 100 million thousand views a day.
No, of course not. They had to. I'll say this, that's one thing, because I'll say this, I feel that I understand, the people that are big up there, that are in the big millions and whatnot, they are the most hardworking people that I probably imagine, because the fact is, I'm doing my channel and I'm doing the show, and the fact is, I've already had 210 guests, and it'll be I've been non-stop editing and doing it. Oh my god, my girlfriend's not even here, but I'll say this, she could vouch for me, because the fact is, I'm the one working so vigilant, just I work supporting other people, but at the same sense, I help myself. But the fact is, I'm putting hard work into what I get. I believe that I don't want to take the easy way. And people actually do pay for follows and subs, and it's stupid. It's disgusting. Because you know what? They don't mean a squat when it comes down to your watch times.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you spend the time actually streaming, I've gone into channels. I swear to you, I've gone into some channels, and I will never, name the people who I go to their channels. I go to their channels, and they stream for, about an hour or two, which is, starting off streaming. That's a good way to start. You want to start off by like 1 to 2 hours, maybe
schedule.
Maybe like
make sure you have a schedule set up.
And then you have the people that just stream whenever. Now, the people that stream whenever, it's okay to not have a schedule, but at the same time, once you start growing that viewership and that followage on Twitch, you want to keep that schedule because people will know what time zone you're in when it comes to, specifically, like you start at 2 p.m. Eastern, Central Time or Eastern
Central,
time.
Or say if a big thing, like since I'm in Canada, like I have some friends in the UK, and I can't, I like that on YouTube that I can actually, I know I'm not throwing down Twitch whatsoever, but I'm saying that I can record my video and I can upload it. I can schedule it so it comes out a certain time, and then they can watch it at their own discretion when they after work or before work or after whatever.
Work or whenever they wake up or whatever.
But still, like at the time, like also be like that's a good. I like that you said that, but I'll say that I'll just add to the thing you're saying, but guys, make good use of social media, and also make your channel and your content readily available to multiple platforms, because hell, you know what? If like you do there's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's Snapchat, there's there's a
I can tell you this much. I never used to use a Twitter. I had an Instagram. I never used to use a Twitter. If you want a perfect way to get yourself out there, Twitter is the way to go, because you can hashtag things. Same thing with Instagram. I go on Instagram and I use my Instagram as a place to where I can shout out the streamers that I see all the time. Because like I said, I'm a big supporter. I want people to support me while I'm showing them support too.
Yeah. So
my biggest thing is I shoot a picture of their face or what their stream looks like, and then I tag their streams, their URLs, and I'm just like, all right, guys, here's such and such. They're getting ready to stream Fortnite. I'm giving them a big shout out because I've seen them support everybody. Let's try to get them to a certain amount of views, or let's get them to do something, because that's just the person that I am.
Yeah, I find it like I'll say this is a good way. I'll say like what I do with Twitter. I've been on Twitter for about 3 years now, but I'll say that I'm glad for the people that support me, and I support everyone that support me, because I swear to God, when I broke they supported me when my parents died last year. But I'll say this: they supported me as in like we understand, but they're like, wow, that's so, that's they can't say anything in that, but then they felt so bad. But also, when I had to take a month off, I'll say this: I broke my toe going down the stairs. I broke it. I had to recuperate, learn how to walk differently, just to get around. And one thing is, the first video I felt so great, because the first video I actually posted on YouTube was 96 views in the first 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, I have so many people that are wondering where the hell am I, or they want to watch me.
I have people like that too. Like I said, I think I took a 3 or 4 day break from streaming at one point, and I had DMs going. I had DMs going. I had Twitter feeds going. I had people on my Twitch being like, "Where's Honey?" And I was just like, when I finally came back, I came back to 50 to about 60 people waiting for me to come back.
Yeah.
So that right there goes to show, once you start putting in that work of doing all that to get to where you want to be, I promise you that work does pay off.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say, I'm thanking, I'm really glad, you actually answered my last question because I was gonna say, what advice do you have for people? But yes, I know there's been many things we've been talking about, but I'll say if there's what piece of advice other than what we were talking about, what would you want to tell people to help people out?
The one thing that I would want to tell people really is just be yourself. Be positive. I know that life is a big part of everybody. You know, work, kids, wife, husband, family members passing away. Things happen. But think positive. The world is not going to keep going around if we continue, beating on each other, having these hateful words being spread around towards each other. Be supportive of everybody. Don't just be supportive for yourself. Be supportive towards everybody. Because once you start showing that support, you will receive that support back. That support is the best feeling in the world when you see somebody come in and be like, honey, how are you? That stuff right there, when you see people that you've seen in your streams or
haven't
your
seen in
YouTube
years,
comments, when you see those people come back, it's the most amazing feeling in the world. And being positive and just allowing yourself to get into this groove of streaming or making your videos, or if you make music or you're a creative streamer or you do graphics, something, those supporters will see how supportive of them you are, and they will come back to be like, hey, I've seen you in my channel so much. Here's whatever. Drop a biddy, drop a sub, drop a follow, drop a whatever it may be. Be supportive of everybody. Don't just be supportive towards yourself. Because then people will see that. There's some people out there that just don't support everybody. They just support the people who they think that deserve it. Whereas there are people like myself who are smaller streamers that want to support even bigger streamers, It really just determines on how you go about your streams or your YouTubes, for that matter.
Yeah. But yes, thank you, honey, for being on the show.
No problem.
All right, well, you know what, guys? Please check out Honey in the comments below. Yes, check her out. Yes, she'll be sure to support you. Now, just show her love and support and watch her stuff, and you'll have a great time. Now, guys, please leave me a like because I like bacon. You like bacon. We all like bacon. But please step off because you know what? I'm Canadian. I love bacon. You know what? I'm not me without my bacon. So please, guys, leave me a like. So please, you know what? My girlfriend knows I'm not me without my bacon. Trust me, because she's making me make my bacon. She's making me fry up, make my bacon every morning, and after a while, the bacon goes by really fast. So trust me, God, I still have. That's on my grocery list this week. So yes, guys, leave me a like. So please, guys, leave me a comment because you know what, guys, I'm gonna, you gentlemen out there that are watching these videos, and you stop by. Thank you on your own accord. Thank you, and you lovely ladies out there watching. Thank you on your accord. Thank you. Now you ladies that are letting your gentleman watch this, I'll have to say that I'm gonna give him some advice. Okay, please leave me a comment and tell me what I can do because you know what, gentlemen, we all know girls like guys with good skills, and trust me, I don't got skills. So you know what, guys, I don't got skills. So if I can get better at my show, please, guys, tell me how I can get better at my show. That's the only way that I can either make my show better or try something different. But yes, guys, I'm gonna take your comments into consideration, guys. So leave me a comment. So guys, this has been brought to you by Get Off My Lawn Records because hey, you know what, guys, kids, get off my lawn and just cut the grass. Get off my lawn, and you know what? Please hit that bell. No, not Taco Bell because I'm not sponsored by them. But yes, guys, I'll say that. Hey. You know what, guys? I'm looking for that Chihuahua everywhere. Paris Hilton, where'd you put that thing? Anyways, but no, guys, hit that notification bell so you stay up to date to all my new videos. And I'll see you guys next time, guys. See you guys! I like honey on my toast.